You are listening to High Heels and High Chairs, voted the best online resource for busy moms who wish to stay strong, sexy, and centered in a world of spit up and sippy cups. Whether you're a new mom, a grandmom, a future mom, or somewhere in between, you'll love these priceless tips, tricks, and tools you will learn today. Here is your host, top female fat loss and hormone specialist, Dr. Michelle Sands.
Hi, and welcome back to High Heels and High Chairs, where we're talking about staying strong, sexy, and centered in a world of spit up and sippy cups. I'm your host, Dr. Michelle Sands, and today we have a really exciting guest. We have Kristen Darcy, and she is not only an author, but she's also a fabulous coach and speaker. She speaks all around the country to empower women and men about how to get over difficult times, including infertility, divorce, and just anything that goes on in your life that is a stumbling block and you need a little bit of help and inner strength to get through it. So, Kristen, thank you so much for being here.
I am so excited that you're having me included in this amazing event, High Heels and High Chairs and Sippy Cups. Boy, you know, we're all in that process at one point of our lives, aren't we? So thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're so welcome. And I really thought that you'd be an excellent addition to this because of the topics that you do talk about and your coaching around emotional resilience and helping women to really feel strong and centered no matter what the problem is, no matter whether they're dealing with, you know, a crying baby or they're dealing with an older child who's, you know, now wanting to date or whatever it might be. There's always things that put obstacles in our way, and it's easy to just, you know, feel bad for yourself and throw in the towel. But as women, we need to be strong and we need to center ourselves and be sexy, right? And so we need to be able to take control and learn how to really focus on our inner strength. So I just wanted to ask you if you could just tell the audience a little bit about yourself and how you came through your journey to do what you do today.
Well, it was kind of a winding path. 22, after I graduated from college with my early childhood degree, I opened a learning center for 51 children a day from 3 months all the way to 7. And, you know, way back when, it was nirvana for me. I was 22, really didn't know what I was getting myself into, rented, and then ultimately stayed in this old grocery store that I converted to a learning center, and it was just craziness every day. And my sister, my older sister, who's a nurse, you know, very amazing health technician, she had my nephew, and that started the center having infants. And she would come in and she would say, how do you stand this chaos and this noise? And for me, it was just these lovely little voices. You know, I never heard like the noise. I would just hear individuals. So it never, ever occurred to me, you know, that song, first comes love, then comes marriage, and then, or, you know, comes the baby and the baby carriage. It never occurred to me that I would have a problem. You know, for this decade, I watched women and couples come in and out with these babies and another baby, and then I got that diagnosis of infertility. And so here I was, this very type A personality. You know, I had my own home. I had my own business that I was running successfully. You know, I was the president of the Chamber of Commerce in my town, and then I just couldn't get pregnant, you know, month after month. You know, year, it seeped into year and then another year. And, you know, back then, infertility wasn't as out of the closet as it is now. And so I was just longing for that sisterhood. And that's why I so admire you for hosting these summits, because especially in today, we're so disconnected from each other that it's so important to feel that connection, to feel that sisterhood. And so I went, you know, I got the diagnosis of infertility. I had surgeries. I started with the high-tech, you know, ART, IUI, moving towards IVF. Mm-hmm. And then I had a debilitating loss. And, you know, a good friend said to me, I can't even recognize you. And I couldn't recognize myself. And so that's when I knew I have to do something to help myself and then help others too. And I wrote Girlfriend to Girlfriend, a fertility companion, because I just longed for that companion, that companionship. And then I started speaking across the country and testified in front of the Senate for the Mind-Body Connection for Infertility. And then I wrote Love and Infertility, Strategies for Balancing Infertility, Marriage, and Life. And at the end of all of that, I just became so passionate about people creating their healthy families. And that is with or without a child. Some people choose not to, continue on the journey. So that's how I got to stand here and talk to you today. It's been decades that I've been working with women and couples going through infertility, and then, preaching into helping people transition when their family transitions. So, and my whole focus on that has been emotional resilience. And how
you know what? I'm sorry. Go on.
No, keep going. That's okay. Go ahead.
I was about to say, that it's beautiful that you're able to share that story, because it's an emotional story. And it took me a long time before I was able to share about my own infertility battle. Like, I didn't want to talk about it because people weren't talking about it. And I think that made it more difficult because people weren't talking about it. And, in our society today, we're so isolated. We do everything on our own. It's really hard for people to ask for help a lot of times, and people don't talk about, like, personal matters that much. So, it used to be that, there was a village and the women would stand around the river and wash the clothes, and they'd talk about their problems, they talk about their concerns and their fears. But we don't do that now. That's why I just think it's beautiful that, you wrote your books and you go out and you speak about these things, because women need to hear it, whether it's infertility or another battle that you're facing. Like, there's other women who have been there and got through it, and there's other women going through the same thing, that, there is a community out there. And you're right, the sisterhood is so important.
Yeah, there used to be circles. Women used to sit together in circles and share and talk and say, hey, this is what's happening. And someone would say, oh, let me help you with that. And now we have that through electronics, but we're missing that emotional piece. And what is so important, how it ties into our conversation that we're having today with, high heels and high chairs, is the guilt of feeling normal and typical emotions around motherhood or about trying to be a mother, and then having guilt about feeling those feelings. And I know, because of my journey included fertility challenges, afterwards, you have those typical feelings of overwhelm and frustration and sadness, and trying to figure out who you are to your partner, or who you are to yourself, or who you are to this precious little baby that you're caring for. And then comes in the guilt, because you feel like you shouldn't be feeling that way, and you should on yourself, right? You shouldn't be feeling guilty because you tried so hard to be a mom, or you shouldn't be feeling guilty because look at this precious baby. And you know what I really preach about that is two things. Your feelings change like you change your underwear, and you are not your feelings. And so sometimes,
that's a deep concept right there. I was stopping to think about that. You are not your feelings. So that's, because I had the same issues after I had my son. It was a challenge to have him, and then we finally had this beautiful gift in the world, and I had him home in my arms. But I was tired. I just been through the biggest physical trauma that I've ever been through. I didn't know anything about motherhood, so I was scared. My family lived far away. So I was feeling like I'm supposed to be the happiest I've ever been in my entire life, yet why am I not happy right now? Why am I feeling sad? And so that did bring on a ton of guilt. Like, I would cry and I'd say, maybe I'm not meant to be a mom, and tell my husband. Luckily, I had a very supportive husband, and he would be like, no, everyone feels like this. You're doing great. Like, your baby, he's so happy. He loves you no matter what. So it was really, but it's hard, those feelings. I think every woman has them, but nobody wants to talk about it because, again, it's supposed to be the most beautiful time in your life, right?
Right, and that's what everything is portrayed. You look at Facebook and you look at, social media, and then you look at what's in the news and the magazines, and, everybody's body goes back to a size 0 in a minute, and feeling that inadequate. you're feeling so inadequate. But you know what? The truth is, that's not the truth. The truth is,
right.
Your body has been through the biggest trauma, that you will be forever changed, and that's okay. And you're just finding yourself in this new creation. Who you are,
exactly.
Who you are today isn't where you were when you created where you are today. And you are new, and you are different, and your feelings change. And it's so important to be loving and kindness to yourself first, because if you're not, then how do you expect to be loving and kindness out into the world? And that's the second part. The second part is you are not your feelings, and your feelings change. And if you don't hold yourself with that same sense of awe about how awesome you are, then you're not going to be able to bubble that up and send that out over and over again. It's about receiving and giving energy. And you know what? It's about cultivating a practice of uplifting yourself, of first giving to yourself, and not in a narcissistic, I need this and I demand that. Not in that way. In the soft, divine, feminine way of self-care. And you can do that so easily every day. And all you have to do is ask yourself these two questions. I feel this, I feel blank, and I need blank. And I'm a work in progress. I'm in the middle age here, and I'm still a work in progress. And that
we all are.
Asking that question, I feel what, and I need what.
So what about for a woman who's sitting there listening and saying they can get the first one, they can tell you how they feel, but when it comes to what they need, what if they don't know? What if you're like, I don't know what I need?
Well, what is so cool about some people's brains is that they know what they don't need. So if you're one of those people who are sitting there saying, I don't know what I need, that was like the silliest thing. What does she mean? I would ask them what they don't need. And as soon as you put that in their brain, they'll say, well, what thing I don't need to do one more thing, and I don't need to blah, blah, and I don't need to do blah, blah. Yeah. So it's so amazing because some people's brains are triggered like that. What don't you need? And so there's this great chart that I can share. It's the feeling wheel. And it, off the top of my head, it's Mrs. Dr. Dixon, I think, created it. And there's this amazing wheel that brings all the emotions down to these 4 core emotions. And what I love about that is so visual. Like if you're feeling overwhelmed, then you look at the chart, and right next to overwhelm is, daring. And so then you could say to yourself, what can I do that would be daring today? Maybe daring today would be not getting out of your clothes and staying home all day instead of feeling like you have to go out and do all those errands. So when I say, what do you need, it's not like a pedicure or a vacation. It could be that. But it's really like, what do you need? Because when you take care of yourself, when you begin to be aware of yourself and what you need, then all those other feelings of resentment and anger, they kind of melt away because you're already feeling worthy. You're already feeling enough. And then on those occasions when you're not, then call it out. My son is going to be 18 and my daughter's going to be 13. And you know what I say? And they laugh. I mean, they don't laugh at me. I go, okay, I'm triggered right now. And they laugh, and because when I get the sense of being emotionally triggered, and I'm sure you have that too. Some days you're just like, trapped in I gotta run.
Really beautiful. It's really beautiful that you're able to kind of step outside yourself and notice how you're feeling. Because sometimes when people are in the heat of it, it's really hard to stop it, or it's almost like the brain doesn't want to stop feeling sad or angry. You just want to be sad, angry, or lazy, or tired. It's almost very hard to take that switch and get yourself so you could see what yourself is doing. And I think that takes practice. It took me years to be able to actually be able to recognize as I'm saying something that's mean or saying something or I'm having a feeling that of anger and being able to stop and say, wait, this is anger. Why is there anger? But I think it took time. I actually started by just meditating and learning to be more present. And then I was able to feel my feelings, if you know what I mean.
Right, right. No, I get it. And some days I'm better and some days I'm not. But hey, just trying to get everyone out of the house. I had a hissy. I was like, let's go. It was like herding kittens, and my babies are older now, but it was still, that moment when you all try to leave the house and get in the car and I swear to God, they were like little kittens. One was going one way, one was going the other. And I was like, wow, that moment.
Well, exactly. And then for the people with the younger babies, like you get them dressed and then you get yourself dressed and you come back and we spit up on themselves. Okay, now we're starting over.
Yes.
Same thing.
You're like,
Or
okay, I got everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? I really love that. I shouldn't say I love that you have that experience, but I love that you're able to talk about that because like a lot of times people see like your resume and all the books you wrote and how you teach about emotional resilience and people think, well, she's got it down. She probably doesn't have a meltdown, because she has it all down. She knows what she's doing. And so it's nice to hear that like you're still not perfect.
No,
none of us are. We just think everybody is perfect.
Progress. And I think that's what the whole demystifying everything is that we're just all here learning and we're all moving forward. And you know what? The best thing, like I try so hard not to take myself so seriously. Do you know what I mean? Like the awfulizing and the moments that you were like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? It's when one of us in my household has those moments that, it's really a release. It's really a release, a pressure. If you're under pressure and you have an emotional release, that's, right in that moment, that's what you need to do. And we try really hard not to judge each other about it. And my kids are going to laugh because I usually don't say this, but, when you have little peanuts and then you have them transition into tweens and then adolescents and then teens, you have those, you sometimes have, the little ones have temper tantrums and then, it's the whole figuring out who you are in the world, autonomy.
Right.
But right from when they were little, if one of us had one of those moments, the lashing out or the anger or whatever, we would say, ooh, don't bite me, Mr. Tiger. And the other one, and then the other ones would laugh, or we would laugh, or and then the other person, it was a pattern interrupt, So if someone was getting really cranky or we'd go, oh, don't bite me, Mr. Tiger, just like that. I used to do that.
That's perfect.
And it changed.
Yeah, because that helps you to be able to step back and realize what you're doing and kind of put a little humor in there to break the mood. Yeah, it's a little pattern interrupt there. But what I love about what you just said is the fact that you're teaching yourself how to be more resilient and how to, let go and deal with things in a more peaceful manner. But you're also teaching your children how to do that. So now they have this tool growing up, so they don't have to learn this at this point in their life. Like we're learning it now. So I think that's
what is so, yes, exactly. And what is so powerful is that if you take the steps to start being more self-aware, more self-care, and you don't have to announce it to the world, I am going to self-care now, but you model that for your children, right? You model like daily.
Exactly.
You take a moment
and that's the main reason why I do what I do. It's not really. It's really. I work with the moms, but I'm really changing the mom and the children. I'm doing it for the children as well because you're exactly right. We model everything we do. The kids will look at us and they'll do what we do and not what we say. So it's your actions that they're teaching them. So
right,
yeah,
and this is so powerful because we're breaking the cycle. We're breaking the cycle for the future generations that this becomes routine, just like brushing your teeth. When we teach our children how to brush their teeth, it's not because, it's for hygiene, right? And when you're teaching your children to create emotional resilience, that's emotional hygiene. So in the morning, when we wake up, we've talked about a spiritual way of being that we say, thank you, universe, for this amazing day. Simple as easy as that. And then when we come home to each other and we see each other, we say, hello, how are you? Official greeting. How are you? How are you feeling? How was your day? And then you can awfulize, but we have to greet each other. And it's just so powerful. And before my children leave every day for school, we set an intention. And, we say something as, we're going to move through today with grace and ease. And even when those moments, like this morning, we had one of those mornings that it just felt like it went on for a day, we stopped and we said, today we're going to move with grace and ease. And there's something empowering about that instead of getting, that brain is triggered in fight or flight and you're in that, oh my gosh, I got to get out of the house and blah, blah. I'm just using that example again. It changes the energy instantly.
Yeah, and it changes how you approach the day and how you interact with other people. I totally believe in that. Like, I always tell people, the first thing when you wake up in the morning, smile. And that, sets the emotions for your day when you smile. And then, my morning routine includes, affirmations and gratitude. And I think that's so important. It really helps me to have a happier, more productive day and ultimately a successful, happy life. And teaching children to do these things, because they're open to it. That's how they learn the day starts, and it's great to be able to do that. I didn't learn that when I was a child. I had to learn it as an adult. It still changed my life miraculously, but if I could have had that as a child, it just would have been beautiful.
Isn't it? It's in my kids, I'm a little nutty crunchy, and they know it, and they'll, give me a little digs once in a while, but, they have their own routine of calling in the angels. And so when I say emotional resilience, it's really about finding what resonates with you so that you can have that moment of repose each day and go into your heart and fill yourself up, and one of my products was just called the Everyday Certainty System. It was really when I was in that deep, dark place after I lost my first baby from, to an ectopic pregnancy. I went to a place that that dark night of the soul, and it was like remembering what I did and working it over and figuring it out so that I could share it with others. And it's really about, having a gratitude list. And way back when I was doing that, it wasn't as mainstream, journaling and gratitude. But, that simple act of opening your eyes and then, dangling your feet on your side of your bed and just saying thank you, that's setting the intention. It's creating a routine. And what is so powerful is when you create your daily routine, it's part of the meditation, the overall meditation, the overall way of calming your whole system. So it would be, to set your intention, do one daily nurturing item, and then, hold gratitude, hold a space for gratitude. And I'll tell you, Michelle, forever, I wake up early, I have my moment of meditation, and then I put my milk in the microwave, I heat my milk, and I have a $15.99 milk frother, and I pour my coffee in there, and I think I'm the Queen of Sheba every morning when I have my coffee. So, this thing we talk about, emotional resilience, sounds like it's something so big and overwhelming, but that's it. That's what I do every day, and I walk every day. And
for everybody, it'll be different, right? For you, it's gratitude and your coffee, but for somebody else, it could be, a walk on the beach or a smell of tea or their favorite song. It's so personalized and it's so simple, yet it's so powerful.
Well, I talk about this one client that I had that's a long time ago, but she's made such an impression on me. She was an ER nurse. And talk about giving. She gave all day at work, and then she gave all her energy. And in coming up with her nurturing item, she went to the gift store every day and bought 25 cents a penny candy, and she put it in her pocket, and it was like her thing, and she didn't share. And for her, she felt like she was being naughty because she wasn't sharing. But for her, that was like, yep, this is for me. This is what I'm
right.
doing. And then I had another client that would take a bath every night. And in her mind, she was like, well, I don't have time to do anything. How dare you ask me to do one more thing? You know, the anger comes out. And then she was like, you know what? I want to take a bath. And she would lock herself in the bathroom and, you know, sometimes do a quick bath, but that's what she decided. And so this whole big, you know, maybe overwhelming concept of emotional resilience is really about listening within and asking yourself, you know, what do I feel and what do I need? And that's, it's maybe sounds simple, but truly profound, subtle changes to all your systems, your emotional, your physical, your spiritual system, you know, makes changes to the whole, to you as a whole, and to also to your, you know, your family.
Wow, that's so powerful. Thank you so much. I mean, this has been just the most beautiful interview, and I just love that it's such a big concept, and the way to achieve it is so simple. So that's beautiful. And you mentioned your everyday certainty system, and so you're actually giving that as a gift to those listening, correct?
I am. I have a little free download, and I'm kind of old school. I was going to make an app, but I really, because of the mind-body connection of physically writing something down, and you know that triggers both sides of your brain, you know, the emotional and the logical side. And so you get this download of me talking, and then you get a pocket companion. So for 21 days, I really ask you to write down your intention, write down you know, your one daily nurturing item, and then your intention and your gratitude list. And, you know, a lot of women are like, oh, God, but the 21 days is so powerful because you know what ends up happening after the 21 days? You get uncomfortable if you don't do it.
Right.
And that's, you know, that magical 21, 28 days. You get uncomfortable if you're not doing that nurturing item. And it can be the same thing every day or it can be something different. But it just is about going to that center of you in a non-judgment place to fill yourself up. So because you can't put any more coffee into a full cup of coffee. You know, you have to have this filling and emptying. It's a cycle. You have to fill yourself up and then you get a little empty and then you fill yourself back up. And, you know, just hold that image. So please, you know, we have to share that link so that you can come get that download.
Yes. So the link will be actually right next to this, where you're listening to this recording right now. So just go over and download it. And, yeah, let's all do this together. Let's all do 21 days of, you know, being grateful and filling up our cups. So I love that. So one more thing before you go, I just wanted you to tell the audience where they can find you and if you have any special programs or anything going on right now that they need to know about.
Well, they can find me through my website at Kristen, Kristen, Darcy, DARCY.com. And right when you go to my homepage, you can chat with me. You know, feel free to follow up if you need. And then I get back to everyone. I answer everyone. And then looking ahead down into June, I'm doing my annual Making Dad Summit, which is very powerful for men. And just like we were talking about at the beginning of our conversation about the sacred circles and the sacred connection, you know, I really feel that it was so important for me to offer that to the men in our lives. And it's the week of Men's Health Week, and it's leading up to Father's Day, and it's all about men, and it's men sharing about health, men sharing about their marriages, men sharing about when their wife might be having a difficult time creating a child, or both of them having a difficult time. But it's all about the men, and it's bringing together the leading experts in men's health. So you can find more information about that on my website. And I so appreciate this time. This has been wonderful.
Thank you so much for being here. I really got a lot out of this. I know that everyone listening to did as well. So definitely don't forget to download that free gift and scoot over to Kristen's website and check out the Dad Summit, because, you know, we all got filled up today listening to this for ourselves, but, you know, our men need a little help too. So, you know, even if you listen to it with him or you just send them the link. I think
yes, that's what normally happens. All of us, the women kind of find what would maybe resonate and then send the link over, and then they can listen or watch it on YouTube at their convenience. So that's so nice.
Or when you're on a long drive, just stick that on.
Yeah.
Because I find that guys are oftentimes resistant to like self-help or personal growth. But once they start listening to it, once they hear it, then they're very receptive to it.
Well, I get emails, multiple emails each week. My wife told me to reach out to you and that you would point me in the direction about this topic, or can I talk to you? My wife said, or my partner said, or so that's okay. Whatever it takes for action to happen, because that's how the awareness gets widened and healing. So you did a wonderful job. Thank you so much for having me. You're so lovely and healing. Great job.
Oh, well, thank you. It takes a village, like I said. So this is why we need wonderful experts yourself to help me, share the message. And I love that you're so open to doing that. And I'm just very passionate about what you do as well. So thank you so much for being here, and have a wonderful day.
You too, honey. Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you got a lot of value out of this. I know that I did. I want you to open up to the possibility of making this new year the greatest opportunity you have had so far to improve your life. This is about breaking out of paradigms. It's about learning the art of living. It's about honoring who you are as a woman as you discover who you are as a mother. It's about taking care of your body, mind, and spirit so that you can better take care of your family, and being a shining example, a role model, if you will, for your children so that they can grow up to be healthy, happy, and successful. I promise to continue to bring you educational, empowering, and inspiring content to help you achieve the body that you dream about and the life you are meant to live. Stay tuned for more value-packed interviews during the summit, and be sure... Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you received a lot of value out of this interview. I know that I did. I want you to open up to the possibility of making this new year the greatest opportunity that you have had so far to improve your life. This is about breaking out of paradigms. It's about learning the art of living. It is about honoring who you are as a woman as you discover who you are as a mother. It is about taking care of your body, mind, and spirit so that you can take better care of your family and be a shining example, a role model for your children so that they can grow up to be healthy, happy, and successful. I promise to continue to bring you educational, empowering, and inspiring content to help you achieve the body that you dream about and the life that you are meant to live. Stay tuned for more value-packed interviews, and be sure to check out all the resources on my website, metabolicmama.com. Until next time, wishing you a happy, healthy, hot day. Take care, mamas. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you got a lot of value out of this. I know that I did. I want you to open up to the possibility of making this new year the greatest opportunity you have had so far to improve your life. This is about breaking out of paradigms. It's about learning the art of living. It's about honoring who you are as a woman as you discover who you are as a mother. It's about taking care of your body, mind, and spirit so that you can better take care of your family and being a shining example, a role model, if you will, for your children so that they can grow up to be healthy, happy, and successful. I promise to continue to bring you educational, empowering, and inspiring content to help you achieve the body that you dream about and the life you are meant to live. Stay tuned for more value-packed interviews during the summit and be sure. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you received a lot of value out of this interview. I know that I did. I want you to open up to the possibility of making this new year the greatest opportunity that you have had so far to improve your life. This is about breaking out of paradigms. It's about learning the art of living. It is about honoring who you are as a woman as you discover who you are as a mother. It is about taking care of your body, mind, and spirit so that you can take better care of your family and be a shining example, a role model for your children so that they can grow up to be healthy, happy, and successful. I promise to continue to bring you educational, empowering, and inspiring content to help you achieve the body that you dream about and the life that you are meant to live. Stay tuned for more value-packed interviews and be sure to check out all the resources on my website, metabolicmama.com. Until next time, wishing you a happy, healthy, hot day. Take care, mamas. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you got a lot of value out of this. I know that I did. I want you to open up to the possibility of making this new year the greatest opportunity you have had so far to improve your life. This is about breaking out of paradigms. It's about learning the art of living. It's about honoring who you are as a woman as you discover who you are as a mother. It's about taking care of your body, mind, and spirit so that you can better take care of your family and being a shining example, a role model, if you will, for your children so that they can grow up to be healthy, happy, and successful. I promise to continue to bring you educational, empowering, and inspiring content to help you achieve the body that you dream about and the life you are meant to live. Stay tuned for more value-packed interviews during the summit and be sure. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you received a lot of value out of this interview. I know that I did. I want you to open up to the possibility of making this new year the greatest opportunity that you have had so far to improve your life. This is about breaking out of paradigms. It's about learning the art of living. It is about honoring who you are as a woman as you discover who you are as a mother. It is about taking care of your body, mind, and spirit so that you can take better care of your family and be a shining example, a role model for your children so that they can grow up to be healthy, happy, and successful. I promise to continue to bring you educational, empowering, and inspiring content to help you achieve the body that you dream about and the life that you are meant to live. Stay tuned for more value-packed interviews and be sure to check out all the resources on my website, metabolicmama.com. Until next time, wishing you a happy, healthy, hot day. Take care, mamas. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you got a lot of value out of this. I know that I did. I want you to open up to the possibility of making this new year the greatest opportunity you have had so far to improve your life. This is about breaking out of paradigms. It's about learning the art of living. It's about honoring who you are as a woman as you discover who you are as a mother. It's about taking care of your body, mind, and spirit so that you can better take care of your family and being a shining example, a role model, if you will, for your children so that they can grow up to be healthy, happy, and successful. I promise to continue to bring you educational, empowering, and inspiring content to help you achieve the body that you dream about and the life you are meant to live. Stay tuned for more value-packed interviews during the summit and be sure. Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you received a lot of value out of this interview. I know that I did. I want you to open up to the possibility of making this new year the greatest opportunity that you have had so far to improve your life. This is about breaking out of paradigms. It's about learning the art of living. It is about honoring who you are as a woman as you discover who you are as a mother. It is about taking care of your body, mind, and spirit so that you can take better care of your family and be a shining example, a role model for your children so that they can grow up to be healthy, happy, and successful. I promise to continue to bring you educational, empowering, and inspiring content to help you achieve the body that you dream about and the life that you are meant to live. Stay tuned for more value-packed interviews and be sure to check out all the resources on my website, metabolicmama.com. Until next time, wishing you a happy, healthy, hot day. Take care, mamas. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that you received a lot of value out of this interview. I know that I did. I want you to open up to the possibility of making this new year the greatest opportunity that you have had so far to improve your life. This is about breaking out of paradigms. It's about learning the art of living. It is about honoring who you are as a woman as you discover who you are as a mother. It is about taking care of your body, mind, and spirit so that you can take better care of your family and be a shining example, a role model for your children so that they can grow up to be healthy, happy, and successful. I promise to continue to bring you educational, empowering, and inspiring content to help you achieve the body that you dream about and the life that you are meant to live. Stay tuned for more value-packed interviews, and be sure to check out all the resources on my website, metabolicmama.com. Until next time, wishing you a happy, healthy, hot day. Take care, mamas.